or greetings whenever you're watching this. This is Robert Forsch with the YouTube channel Truth. And I've got what I refer to as the Truth Network, basically exposing about everything that I'm finding out about. I invite your feedback. Think I missed something or got it wrong. And then you could send me a link for supporting data. I typically don't argue. I find that not profitable. So I'm going to go ahead and set this down and zoom in a little bit better, I think. Sorry about that. I wanted to catch it while I could. Ironically, the most deceived are the hardest people to reach, apparently. That's been my experience. Whether they're close family, friends, spouses, I find it to be very challenging and very difficult. So I've got supporting data to expose what I believe to be true. And since I'm exposing the truth tellers and the deceivers, well, they're there. How about that? Not all of them, just a bunch of them. Enough to help you have some serious food for thought. So, quite often, what happens is people are trusting and believing those they should not. An epic deception involves deceiving everybody that the system can, and then it ripples out from there. So we have public policy for wars, interventions, whatever they want to call them. People are being blown up and killed, and innocent men, women, and children for corporate greed and just some very unfortunate false beliefs. And then there are those that know they're deceiving humanity. I especially want to expose them. So people come from all over the world to come and enjoy the beauty and majesty of creation here. That's searchable data that should give you some food for thought. Whether it's linked with my name or phone number, it's all relative and relevant. So I'm wearing the lanyard. That works really good. I can wear it with any outfit I want or even going shirtless. That works great too. Watch the pivot of the shadows if they go through it. So there's some very unbiblical end times views that people hold to. Oh, well, that's how I found it. It doesn't matter how cool the pastor is and how upbeat the music is and whether or not they have childcare. Those are all very, um, how would I say, important factors that people use to attend a gathering. Now that I'm actually born again, I want biblical accuracy. And so I'll come out here. Otherwise, the elders and deacons and pastors of a lot of the unbiblical teaching would run out of there. So they can do what they can do. and I'll do what I can to leverage worldwide instantaneous communications to expose the truth about all this. So people are reflective off of the wet sand and reflective on their lives, past, present, future, hopes, dreams, fears, all of that. It's a good place to get grounded. So right now the water is warmer than the air. I've taken a lot of heat for exposing the truth, whether it's health and wellness or world government, world monetary system. It's a control system. I'm exposing the matrix. I mean, I could tell you what it is. I would rather show you, and then you can see it for yourself. Perhaps. I'm convinced it's only by God's grace that anybody can love and believe the truth, let alone find decisions like who do you want to spend the rest of your life with? Well, rather than their physical attributes, you might want to heavily weigh towards who's aware of what's actually going on. In the truth community, there are people that split up because their partner is been deceived and they refuse to look into it. I know what that's like personally, so it's painful. And I'm not responsible for that. I don't have the ability or responsibility to cause people to get it. And I'm glad for that. It's out of my wheelhouse. What I am responsible for is what I do and what I believe has a fundamental, foundational reality involved in all that. So I prefer the truth. I love the truth more than I love the uncomfortable truth more than the comfortable lies, more than the deception. So we are given a lot of veiled truth in the form of predictive or preemptive programming in the movies, and then through the official news, the Mockingbird media also integrates into the college and grade school curricula worldwide. Not everybody gets the same propaganda or deception. So rather than talk about all the different aspects of this, what I'd like to say is there is a concerted effort to deceive and eliminate most of humanity, maybe all of humanity. An epic battle between good and evil, where there is the Almighty God, and the usurper, Satan, Lucifer, the fallen one, and the representative families. All of that works together, and Satan and his children, his family will use who and what they can, and the Almighty will use everything, including the fallen one and his family. So that's why I'm not afraid to live, die, or tell the truth. What I actually am cannot be killed, terminated permanently by Satan and his family. I have a healthy reverence. A fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So I thought I was born again in 82 until I actually was in 2014. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you know I've said that many times. I never know when somebody's going to hear this or hear me for the first time. What I encourage people to do is to seek the truth with all your heart because it matters for eternity. Where are you going to spend forever and why? That's a big question. It's an important question. So I've noticed something in the way that people express themselves. They'll say, I don't think that's true, or I don't believe that's true. I believe that's an incorrect way of saying that, or at best, not as accurate as it could be. So, what I would say is, I believe that's not true, or I think that's not true, more accurate. Because when people say, I don't believe, and they're telling you what they believe, that's just kind of a contradiction in expression, not accurate, not from how I see it. I've heard it from some of the most widely respected speakers in the world, deep thinkers and all that. They're telling us what they don't believe, but they want to tell us what they do believe. It's kind of weird. So, is it true? Whatever it is that I think about or believe, is it actually factually correct? Is it true? And we all make decisions based on what we believe to be true or accurate. So there you go. It's you can reach out and give me a holler anytime. I wanted to go live once again, same or similar message, and that's just fine. The benefit of going live is that it's live. It's not a recording. It's not a pre-recorded video that could be from virtually anywhere. This is at the point in Cherry Grove, North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Spectacular place. I'll be here for a good part of the day. I operate off of peak energy. I've got a couple power stations that I utilize to do that. So for example, yeah, check this out. So off peak is about a nickel a kilowatt. So I'm going to use about a kilowatt to operate for 3 hours. During those 3 hours of peak energy between 3 and 6 p.m., it's $12 a kilowatt. Wow, what a deal. There would be other ways of doing that, but I stay pretty close to home. I'm about, 20 minutes from where I live when I'm on the beach here. So that's a liquid mirror, obviously. And the beach is a slight grade, like a couple percent grade. We live on a stationary level plane with a firmament. You can read about it or listen to it in the book of Genesis if you care to. So there's people spreading Jesus all over what they do and they're globing it. And then some people are still trumping it. They haven't figured out that he's a deceiver. And you can see all kinds of content where there's people exposing more of the Epstein class and how he fits into all that. So, quite often, people will attack the messenger and not evaluate the message. So, my primary message is the truth about what really matters. And people will come on out here and they'll come on over. Sometimes they'll know whether to come on over or to position their stuff further away. That's totally cool. I don't mind. I was built for this. So, one of the things that I wanted to mention is in the winter, the sun comes up way over there. Now we're in April and look at where the sun appeared. It's just the way it is. So, with the whole Artemis psychological operation, they're deceiving much of humanity. and that's out of my wheelhouse. I can't stop that. However, what I can do is make truthful information available for people to consider. And then they or you can reach out to me anytime if you care to. And I want to thank you so much for your public and private encouragement. Let me zoom in a bit on that. Yeah, that looks good. All righty.